Okay, so this is how it is looking so far.
Look at all the colors.
Quick blue bleach. Please do not fail me.
What? Quick blue bleach?
Haven't had any hair breakage so far, which is good. No stretchy hair. That's amazing.
So far.
Now we're going to try the blonde one and see what happens.
Cream bleach with 30 volt and the straightener.
I've never actually had the stretchy hair, so that's interesting.
Oh, that's really over-processed.
I have a question which I'd love to be answered because it would help me when doing my hair. What's the processing time versus the application time? Because it says you have like 45 minutes to an hour processing time, but does that include the half an hour to 45 minutes it takes for you to put the bleach on your head? Or do you have like a half an hour window before that where it's like, here's how long you should take to put it onto your head, then here's how long you can process it for?
It's different, and that's why I always say try to set 2 or 3 timers. So if you are applying the color or the bleach, it's beside the processing time, and you cannot apply it for 1 hour and then set it for 1 hour. Then the bleach on the back will be for 2 hours on your head. That is not good.
Alright, so what's my hair's deal right now? Well, as you can see, it's really muddy in colour. Granted, I did have it blue, so I'm going to show you what I did do when I last bleached it. Then we've gone over with colours that we just kind of had, so like purples. We did put that over green, which looked fine at the time, but now that it's washed out, the colours just look all muddy and kind of...
The game plan is to bleach from here to here, trying to leave out this stuff as much as possible. Then I will go back through, do my roots. I will probably wash it out at that point, and I will do my ends separately because I don't need like a full bleach on the ends of my hair.
No, because it was bleached before, but all the colors that you put it on that blonde will come back. You will encounter colors that you didn't know that were on your hair. And your hair becomes a muddy color because you mix all that colors. If you mix all different pigments, it becomes a dull, muddy color.
I just need to lift the color, but if it's maybe still processing and it's like the last 5-10 minutes or something, maybe I'll just do it.
Let's talk about the bleach I'm using. I'm going to be using the Schwarzkopf Blonde Me.
Woohoo! Schwarzkopf Blonde Me. Now 20 volt, and I'm very happy.
Unfortunately, I don't have enough of this left to do my whole head. I think I've got enough to do my brow. I don't really need much bleach, obviously, for my ends because they're already bleached, but I do need to lift the colour. So I got some Pravana bleach, if I'm going to have to do that.
Don't know that brand, but I'm very happy that Blonde Me is involved, even it's for the big regrowth.
And I'm using a 30 volume developer.
I was hoping for 20. I'm happy it's not 40.
Now, the reason why I use this is it lifts 9 levels. Quite nice. It doesn't dry out. It lifts really nicely. It's left my hair feeling the best out of certain bleaches. So it's good. I can't buy anything better than this without a license in Australia, or if I'm shipping it from the US, it costs me as much as it would to just go get my hair done at the hairdresser.
The Blonde Me is used in hair salons. We are using it too. So for me, and I tested a lot of brands, for me, Blonde Me is now one of the best bleaches.
Now, a lot of people say there's no turning back from here, but really you could just wash the bleach off. It doesn't work that fast. So we're going pretty close to the top of my head.
I'm very happy that you're currently not touching the skull. And you're right. Some people say there's no turning back, but if you rinse it now, nothing happens.
And attempting to fully saturate, I will come back through and go over it again because I know there's always areas that are slightly missed, especially during this like fade into the old bleaching color.
And it's not such a small section, and you have to apply it more. I know you don't have enough, but saturation is everything.
And no, I won't be lathering it in because bleach doesn't lather. This is the one part that's always like the most difficult, is can't see shit from the back, but don't forget to do the other side.
Yeah, that's true. It's not such a fine section, but it's not too big. And you know you have to bleach the both sides. And as I see it now, you're not touching the scalp, and that's a good thing. And you're not touching the previous bleaches of your hair. That's also very good. So now you are focusing on the mid-length, and that's a very good thing. I think you know what you're doing for this far. So you're using Blonde Me. I would use 20 vol, but hey, 30 vol, it's okay. I'm not so picky anymore because I see bad things. I even see 50 vol, and my hairdresser soul is screaming if I see that.
So I was right. That amount of bleach was only enough to do half my head. Well, half the brown in my hair. So we are going to let this process. I'm going to go back through and just check my sections to make sure I've got everything. I'm then going to have to use one of my other bleaches to do the front of my hair, and then also my roots. I have no idea what the back looks like, by the way, so...
The back is not so bad, but you have to know if you are using a different brand for the back and the front, you will have a different result because every bleach works differently.
Okay, so this is how it is looking so far. It's still a bit brassy up the top, but I do have to bleach the roots. If I'd had enough of the other bleach, I would have done the roots at the same time, but I didn't. So I'm going to do it when I do the front section. I just need to dry it all, and I am pretty sure that this green is pretty stuck.
Look at all the colors. What did I say of colors that are coming up? Now you have purple, green, brassy, regrowth. Would not be easy to go to a very nice blonde here.
I've mixed it up to a 1:2 ratio, which is the recommendation. It is a lot thicker than the other one. And from what I remember of this bleach, it does dry out, but it was in foils last time I used it. So I don't know, maybe it'll be better. All right, quick blue bleach. Please do not fail me.
What? Quick blue bleach? Don't tell me you use quick blue now.
Oh, that's right. It's also way more toxic on your eyes. And the smell, I forgot. Because that Schwarzkopf one is really nice. It doesn't have a huge chemically smell to it. This does, and it burns.
It's the ammonia that is making the terrible smell and tears in your eyes. And the Blonde Me definitely didn't have the ammonia. You can stand above your bleach and it has nothing bad with your lungs, because for a hairdresser, I'm very picky of using products that are bad for our body. Even though we have to take care of our client's scalp, but we have to take care of our own lungs too.
Okay, so this is what my hair is looking like so far, and I can already tell that this bleach is definitely not developing the same as the other one. My hair is kind of like a light brown currently, and by the time I got done with the back of my hair, this side was already quite blonde. I can also see it already starting to like dry up as it does, so I'm definitely gonna keep touching it up. I'm going to foil around my head again, incubate it, stand under my heat lamp to help the process. And then once it's light enough, I am going to go through and do my roots.
Heat on bleach is not such a good idea because indeed it dries up. When your cream is turning to powder again, it stops working. So the one thing you can do is using a plant spray to moisturize your bleach. Blonde Me does not have that effect.
This is gonna be a long day. Yeah, you can see how dry this bleach is getting. Yeah, incubating. Think I could make this a new look? Oh, I realize I've never had to do my roots before, and I don't know how complicated this is gonna be.
Why are you doing the roots now? This is the bad bleach and you're doing the roots. You have to save your Blonde Me powder for the roots because that's the most delicate piece that you can color. So now you say it's quick blue, so you're turning quick blue onto your scalp. That's not a good thing.
You can see, as I said, it's starting to get that poodly texture that it gets. Haven't had any hair breakage so far, which is good. No stretchy hair. That's amazing.
So far.
As you can see, I need to do this bit, which I think also most of my roots ended up getting done through the bleach bleeding.
Have you seen some pieces on the side how white the roots are already? One bleach.
So I'm going to go back through, finish my roots, and then I have to work out what I'm doing with the rest of this colour. Although that kind of looks cool, doesn't it?
I always say, take care of the lengths. Once you are happy with the lengths, then do the roots, not the opposite.
So the contemplation is whether, because I only have 30 volume developer, that is all I have with me. The contemplation is whether I just use this other bleach that I don't like as much. I'm going to go through my roots. Cool. And do I just, at the end of it, put it in my ends, so like how it is here, and then just lift the colour?
You're going with 30 volumes on the lengths that are, you have to be honest, pretty dry now.
Because my other option is that I use the Pravana Pure Light Lightener. It's supposed to be used with this thing, which I've never used it, but it was on sale for like $10 instead of being $250, so of course I bought it.
Is the bleach, the cream bleach, has to work with the flat iron? Do I hear that correctly?
But I don't know if this bleach can be used without the wand, because then I need to foil my hair with the wand and foil it through, but it does give me a lot more control as to me pulling the colour out of this.
Oh, I don't think this is a good idea.
But it will also mean I will need to bleach this, wash this, dry this, do this. And at that point, we are hitting doing my hair 4 times in one day. Not bleaching the same thing 4 times, just different sections of my hair 4 times in one day. Oh, maybe I don't need to use this with the wand. Maybe I could have used this on my scalp.
Some cream bleaches are really safe to put on scalp because they are less harsh.
Okay, so I feel a bit dumb because now that I've read this, I don't actually need to use it with the wand. The wand just helps lighten more.
Okay.
So I probably could have just used this on the front of my hair. However, we're past that point now. So I'm going to use it on my roots. And then I am going to also use it on these end bits. But these end bits I am going to wand it with because I can foil it, wand it, get rid of the foil, and it should hopefully stop it developing too quickly. I obviously can't wand towards my scalp though. So, 3rd time today putting bleach in my hair, not in the same spots though. So this one's a lot thinner. It's a 1:2 ratio. It's got chunks in it, and I'm pretty sure that's the coconut oil in it to help your head, I think, when you use the wand. So let's just go through and get the rest of my roots done.
So it's a cream bleach with coconut oil inside. Well, I'm very happy that she's not putting coconut oil on the lengths. It's been a long time. Please don't say it. Please don't say it. It's been a long time since we see the coconut oil. But I hope it's in the past now, the coconut oil. Because we had a lot of bad things with these coconut oils. And recently I don't see them anymore. So that's a very good thing. Maybe everybody learned from their mistakes. But I don't know that cream bleach, and if she's using the cream bleach now on the regrowth, it would be quick blue that she used in the front.
Okay, so this has been developing on my scalp for about 15 minutes after the application. We're getting there. It's not quite as light as everything else. Different bleach, same volume developer, but it is also really starting to hurt, and I know it shouldn't hurt. It's not getting too hot and like burning, but I think I'm nearly at my limits of what's staying on my scalp.
Yeah, you use 30 vol on the scalp, and that's not good. 30 vol on the scalp is never good. Maximum 20 vol on the scalp.
Okay, so I just want to show you, this is what it's looking like wet. I'm now going to use my Fanola No Yellow shampoo on it to sort of tone it down a bit. And then I think that's where I'm going to leave it for today because I don't really feel like doing my ends right now. I've had so many showers.
I think it's pretty blonde so far.
Okay, so we're just going for it. I've mixed up more Pravana bleach with 30 volume developer.
I thought you would let it rest for a longer period of time, but it's just for the night that you let it rest. So we're the next day and a new pack of bleach. But what kind of bleach is it now?
And we're going to try the blonde one and see what happens. See if I can get its color out. Which, if you can see, there's some bluey bits in there. I've got this like ugly grey muddy color there. That's a bit lighter. So we're just going to see if we can even this whole strip out.
So it's again the cream bleach with 30 vol and the straightener.
I have no idea how this is going to go. Let's say you apply your foil, which I don't think they're quite long enough for my hair.
It's already something very difficult to do foiling by yourself. But it's necessary to make sure that all these strands are not covered in bleach where it's not has to be covered. If you have to bleach a certain piece, you have to make sure that it's divided and the one hair on top is not pressing on the strand below. So that's why you need to use these foils. But she's using the foils not to make sure that it's not pressed together. She's using the foils because she's going to use the wand. I don't know, it was called the wand. I say it's just a straightener.
And we're going to pass it over with the blonde one. And they said about 10 times in circular motions.
This is something I have never seen before. Of course, the heat will process it fast.
Guess I should have a look. That is way hotter than I think the lady stated it gets. Oh, okay. Okay. Ha! I don't know if that's concerning or not how well that worked. Is my hair okay?
This is way too fast for your head.
I don't know. I'm glad I'm testing this first on one bit. Maybe I should have tested it on a smaller bit. We're washing it out. I need to see if I went way too far with that.
There's a little bit of green in there.
Yeah, okay. That was way too intense for these ends. Not gonna do that on the rest of my hair.
That's a good choice because it was way too fast.
That fried those ends right there. I've never actually had the stretchy hair, so that's interesting.
Oh, that's really over-processed. You see that in such an amount of time, few minutes, with that heat, it's too fast. And you use 30 vol on already bleached hair.
I just did another test with the wand, and I was able to remove quite a bit of the colour. My ends are still like really holding on for life. I do need a haircut, which I already knew the ends might be holding on for life.
If you're not be careful, you're not going to need a haircut. You're going to need a buzz cut.
Yeah, I definitely didn't fry this section as much as the last one. So now that I'm back on camera, I'll give it a go again and try and not recreate this mess.
Are you still... Oh, she's still going to do it with the straightening. Oh, wow. She sees that the hair is not having any positive results. The color is positive, but the health is not positive. So she sees that the hair is damaged after using that and still trying to do that on the back. Okay. It will be blonde, but it will be very damaged.
Contemplating my life choices. Okay. That is looking pretty good. It's not completely dry because otherwise I'll be standing here for a while.
listen, I have to say the color it's really gone, all the colors. But I'm really concerned about the condition of your hair.
It's got a couple ends that are breaking off a little bit, but it looks like mainly just at my split ends and also where I need a haircut. But I think that's doing pretty well.
Okay, so we are holding our breaths to make sure that she's not having my haircut. After going, what's the point of going blonde if you have my haircut? But I have to say, it's the first time I see this technique, but these colors are really fading very quickly.
Okay, I gave up on using this. It was taking way too long. I think this is still doing something, and because I'm going to be coloring over it anyway, it should be okay. The coconut oil that is coming out of this stuff when you do this has like singed onto here, which I don't think that is how you're supposed to do it. I think this is as much of the color as coming out. I've still got a bit of a band of blue and green there, but it's definitely better than this.
Okay, so she's not going to fry her hair off completely. So indeed, it's taking a lot of time to do this with these wands, but you see that if the coconut oil and the product is going out of that foil, it's not healthy. You are heating up, you are over processing, you are really rushing everything up. And a hair bleach or a hair color or a haircut, you cannot process it too fast. Go low and slow is always better for the health of your hair. Always.
Okay, so I have never been this blonde before. I think my hair integrity is okay. They're still developing. My right side developed a lot better than the left. There's a lot more heat coming from this side of my head, as well as I'm pretty sure this side the colour wasn't as strong. You can still see there's some of it in there and I don't think it's coming out. And yeah, I think my hair integrity is still okay, except for that one tester piece, but that's why we do a tester piece, I guess. And I think I got rid of some of the banding and the issues in the back of my head. So we're going to wash this out. I'm going to use the Fanola No Yellow shampoo, and then I'm going to leave a treatment in it, and that is where I will be leaving it until I work out what I'm colouring it.
This Fanola No Yellow shampoo is really popular, and it's one of the most powerful purple shampoos. I have to say that I have seen amazing things with that shampoo.
So I ended up somehow very blonde.
It's platinum. This is not blonde anymore. What happened?
I'm not quite sure how I managed to achieve this with all the chaos, but my hair is very, in fact, blonde.
Grey platinum. I see a lot of damage on the length, and I see some blue. Maybe you left the Fanola very long on your hair.
Now, when I left you last, I was in the midst of bleaching my hair and I ran the Fanola No Yellow shampoo through it and it toned it to a decent extent. Here's some pictures of what it looked like. You could see I had a real big sort of line of like yellow blonde and then white blonde.
That's normal.
Amazingly, I did get a lot of the colour out of the ends. There was some still in here somewhere, but that's pretty much all gone now, and I think it looked a lot worse when it was wet, but once it dried it really wasn't that noticeable, so that was pretty good. I left it for a couple of days because we were painting the house, it was the weekend and that, and then today I came back and I put the Fanola No Yellow shampoo on all of the more yellow bits of my hair. As you can see, I do have some staining of the blue where my hair would have been quite white, and there is some staining further down from when I was washing it out in the shower. It just took to the ends, but that doesn't really bother me because originally I was just thinking, you know what, it'd be cool if I got my hair really blonde, but every time I try it I end up not getting it blonde enough and it gets a bit muddy. I tried the silver thing, doesn't work too well, and then later on I colour it a bit of a brighter colour. So there was like a small part of me that thought maybe I'll get it this light, but really deep down I was like, no, I'm gonna end up coloring it like the pink and purple that I had. Now I am here, and I have blonde hair.
Platinum hair. You cannot say this is blonde anymore. It's really Targaryen platinum white.
And I don't want to lose the fact that I did all of this to my hair, so I'm not quite sure what to do at this point.
Let it rest, I would say. Let it go, let it go. Instead of let it go, you say let it rest, let it rest. Because the lengths are really compromised.
Also, my hair's breakage has really been done. I have been brushing it normally, I have been combing it normally, and I've had like a couple specks here and there of like little split ends that have come out, like really nothing at all. And then I've had like the normal amount of hair that would come out when you wash your hair.
But you cannot say that the lengths looked healthy. You really see the lengths are damaged.
Now granted, I do have, as you can see, this short piece that I had to cut from me testing the Pravana wand, but that's why we test things, and that's underneath hidden, plus I really need a haircut.
It's really platinum blonde, and a lot of people will give a lot of money to get that color. And it's not brassy, although if you lift it up, it's a little bit brassy, but you make sure that you put a lot of treatments on your hair before you do anything else. I don't know how to say it in a polite way, but if your lengths are not so healthy, everybody will say it's not pretty. Healthy hair has to have a lot of shine. And I know blonde and platinum does not have a lot of shine because it's so white. But now you see from miles away that you need a haircut and your lengths are really damaged. So treat your lengths and please keep that color for a longer period of time. Don't put some crazy colors on your head, otherwise you have to start all over again. But it's pretty blonde. All I'm going to say today is ciao, cuz.